A growing number of individuals have embraced the ketogenic diet in pursuit of improved health, weight loss, and metabolic benefits. Many have seen remarkable transformations, reporting increased energy levels, reduced inflammation, and better cognitive function. However, despite the popularity and potential advantages of this high-fat, low-carbohydrate approach, not everyone experiences success. For some, the diet can lead to unintended consequences, particularly when implemented incorrectly. One of the most common issues associated with this way of eating is the overuse of fasting without proper metabolic preparation. Fasting is widely regarded as a tool for promoting autophagy, a process in which the body clears out damaged cells and regenerates new, healthy ones. This biological mechanism can contribute to longevity, immune resilience, and metabolic efficiency. However, fasting is a stressor on the body, and without the right hormonal foundation, it can trigger an excessive stress response. When the body is not fully fat adapted, meaning it has not yet become efficient at using fat for fuel, fasting can lead to a flood of cortisol, the stress hormone. This excess cortisol interferes with the communication between the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal glands, a system that regulates stress response, thyroid function, and reproductive hormones. Instead of entering a state of cellular repair, the body perceives fasting as starvation, resulting in hormonal dysregulation, muscle breakdown, and persistent fatigue. One of the most telling signs of an imbalanced ketogenic approach is persistent hunger that does not subside despite adherence to the diet. A well-formulated ketogenic regimen should lead to stable energy levels and a reduction in cravings, as ketones provide a consistent fuel source. However, when the body remains in a state of stress due to excessive fasting or insufficient fat intake, hunger signals become overwhelming. In this scenario, weight loss stagnates or even reverses, as the body shifts to breaking down muscle tissue rather than relying on stored fat for energy. Another alarming consequence of poor adaptation to this lifestyle is excessive hair loss. A dietary transition, particularly one that significantly reduces carbohydrate intake, is a form of stress that can temporarily affect hair growth. This is not uncommon and can be part of the adjustment period. However, prolonged hair thinning, brittle nails, and dry skin suggest a deeper issue related to hormonal imbalance. These symptoms often indicate a deficiency in essential fat-based hormones, such as estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, which are crucial for hair follicle health and cellular regeneration. One of the fundamental errors individuals make when following this dietary pattern is failing to consume sufficient dietary fat. A low carbohydrate intake coupled with an inadequate fat supply leads to an increase in insulin resistance rather than the intended reversal of metabolic dysfunction. Insulin plays a pivotal role in energy regulation and hormone production. When insulin levels remain erratic due to a lack of dietary fat, the body struggles to maintain stable glucose metabolism, leading to energy crashes, mood disturbances, and long-term endocrine disruption. Fat consumption is not only vital for energy but also serves as the building block for steroid hormones. Hormones derived from fat influence everything from reproductive health to brain function. Without an adequate supply of dietary fat, the body cannot synthesize key hormones efficiently. This hormonal insufficiency manifests in several ways, one of which is cognitive impairment. A brain that lacks sufficient fuel in the form of ketones and fat-based hormones becomes sluggish, affecting mood, memory, and overall mental clarity. Irritability, depression, and an inability to recover from emotional stress become pronounced in individuals who do not meet their dietary fat requirements. Chronic low serotonin levels, often exacerbated by high cortisol and inadequate fat intake, contribute to persistent feelings of fatigue and brain fog. Libido, an often overlooked indicator of overall health, also suffers when the ketogenic diet is poorly executed. Sexual desire is not solely influenced by reproductive organs but is deeply connected to brain chemistry and hormonal signaling. A well-balanced diet rich in healthy fats supports optimal brain function, while an imbalance in dietary composition can lead to suppressed libido, an early warning sign of metabolic and endocrine distress. A further consequence of an imbalanced approach to this lifestyle is the development of chronic fatigue. Individuals who push their bodies too hard through excessive fasting, inadequate fat consumption, or over-reliance on processed ketogenic foods experience an overwhelming sense of exhaustion. Unlike temporary fatigue that resolves with rest, this form of exhaustion lingers despite adequate sleep and reduced physical activity. The underlying cause is a dysregulated thyroid, a gland responsible for metabolic control. A poorly structured ketogenic diet can create a scenario where the thyroid gland receives conflicting signals, resulting in decreased production of thyroid hormones. Low thyroid function leads to persistent tiredness, weight gain, and an inability to tolerate cold temperatures. Unlike other symptoms that may fluctuate, thyroid dysfunction caused by dietary imbalances is difficult to correct without addressing the root cause: insufficient fat intake and excessive stress on the body. Beyond the hormonal and metabolic consequences of an incorrectly implemented ketogenic diet, gut health is another critical factor that often gets overlooked. The modern food industry has responded to the demand for low-carbohydrate products by introducing a range of packaged ketogenic foods. While these products may appear convenient, many contain processed fibers, artificial sweeteners, and chemically altered ingredients that negatively impact gut microbiota. The gut plays a central role in overall health, influencing everything from digestion to immune function and even neurotransmitter production. When the microbiome is disrupted due to the consumption of highly processed ketogenic products, gut bacteria lose their ability to regulate hormonal balance effectively. Poor gut health leads to digestive discomfort, including constipation and diarrhea, as well as systemic inflammation. Artificial sweeteners, commonly found in ketogenic shakes, bars, and snacks, further exacerbate the problem. These compounds alter the gut microbiome by reducing beneficial bacterial populations while encouraging the growth of harmful strains. A disrupted gut environment translates to impaired serotonin production, as a significant portion of this neurotransmitter is synthesized in the digestive tract. The result is a cascade of symptoms, including mood swings, increased anxiety, and difficulty sleeping. Sleep disturbances serve as another key indicator of an improperly managed ketogenic diet. When the gut microbiome is imbalanced, hormone production becomes erratic, affecting the quality and duration of sleep. Deep sleep, a critical phase for brain repair and hormone regulation, becomes compromised. Individuals suffering from gut dysbiosis often experience restless nights, frequent awakenings, and difficulty entering the deepest stages of restorative sleep. Over time, poor sleep quality further contributes to metabolic dysfunction, compounding the issues caused by an imbalanced diet. For those struggling to maintain stable ketone levels despite adherence to the diet, one of the most effective corrective strategies involves increasing dietary fat intake. Many individuals hesitate to consume large amounts of fat, fearing weight gain or cardiovascular complications. However, dietary fat is essential not only for ketone production but also for sustaining hormonal equilibrium. Another crucial step toward correcting imbalances is to eliminate processed ketogenic foods. Whole, unprocessed sources of fat such as butter, ghee, avocados, and fatty cuts of meat provide the necessary raw materials for the body to synthesize hormones efficiently. By prioritizing these sources over packaged products, individuals can restore their gut microbiome, improve metabolic function, and regain hormonal balance. The ketogenic diet holds significant potential for improving health and reversing metabolic disorders, but its success depends on proper execution. Avoiding common pitfalls such as excessive fasting, inadequate fat intake, and reliance on processed foods is essential for long-term sustainability. A well-formulated approach prioritizes nutrient-dense, whole foods while ensuring that the body receives the necessary components to support hormone production, cognitive function, and overall vitality. As the popularity of this dietary strategy continues to grow, understanding the nuances of metabolic adaptation, gut health, and hormone balance becomes increasingly critical. Those who experience symptoms of hormonal disruption can take corrective measures by adjusting their approach, focusing on fat-first principles, and listening to the body's signals. By doing so, the ketogenic lifestyle can be a powerful tool for achieving optimal health rather than a source of unintended harm. If you've been struggling with fatigue, hair loss, cravings, or stalled progress on keto, it's time to take a step back and reassess. The ketogenic diet can be a powerful tool for health, but only when executed correctly. Prioritizing whole, nutrient-dense foods, consuming enough healthy fats, and avoiding excessive fasting are key to long-term success. If you found this information helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future content on optimizing your health and longevity. Drop a comment below if you've experienced any challenges with keto or if you have any tips that have worked for you. See you in the next video.